Welcome to our story about loose parts play.
Loose parts is a brilliant way of getting the children's imagination going. They can use a stick for a hammer, they can use it for stirring their potions that they're making, they can use a stick for sword fighting.
Loose parts are everyday items we wouldn't think to play with. Tyres, planks, tubes, pallets.
The imagination children get from just having a stick and playing with it, or watching a leaf falling off the trees.
There's much more focus in their play when they're playing with loose parts than when they're playing with conventional toys.
It helps the imagination, that helps the creativity of a child. It helps for the future when they're able to adapt from this has fallen down to, well, it's not a big thing, it's fallen down, so we'll just go with the flow and we can find some other way of doing it.
Very important to a child's holistic development, very important, for their imagination, their social interaction.
While we're responsible for their safety, we're also responsible for maximising their potential, and they learn a great deal through that type of play. We're in a society where it's technology driven, there's scheduled activities. This may well be their only opportunity to do that kind of play.
And I've also noticed pupils now mixing together and playing together that never played together before.
You can play with whoever you want, but it's mostly the younger ones playing with the older ones, so the older ones can make sure that they're safe.
And I think it's really good because they give us a whole range of other things we can do at break.
The biggest story that he told us about the kit that he's got to play was with building the pirate ship out of an old bathtub and some drain pipes. With standard equipment that you don't get to build that sort of stuff.
I sometimes play with the guttering, and we have a small bowl and you can put the bowl in and make really cool ramps.
Can loose parts be dangerous? They can be, but the benefits outweigh the risks. The children, basically, they do their own risk assessment when they're playing with loose parts.
Getting hurt in loose parts is part and parcel of life.
In likelihood, you develop the skills that will help you work out whether you should do something, can do something, how far you should move something in. So it's actually a really important tool in life to develop those skills.
Teenagers would get so much out of loose parts. There's so much emphasis on it being for younger children, but I think it just spans all generations.
Loose parts is something that just connects and weaves between all ages.
It's very inclusive. That's one of my favourite things about loose parts play. It's inclusive and it's accessible and it's fun.
And we should tell the grown-ups that this is an important playground.
If I had to think of top tips for different settings, I think I would probably look at the setting first and look at what space you have and what resources you have. Every setting is different, but loose parts can be done anywhere. From your back garden to a playground to a nursery to the park. Whether you've got a stick or whether you've got a suitcase or a net and you're building a den, I think my top tip would be to stand back, look at what you've got and let the children do the play.